The afternoon sun blazed over the exclusive Riverside Country Club as 12-year-old Maya Chen stepped through the ornate entrance with her older cousin Priya. Maya wore a simple cotton dress her grandmother had sewn, pale yellow with hand-embroidered daisies along the hem. She clutched a worn canvas tote bag containing her sketchbook and pencils. "Are you sure we're allowed here?" Maya whispered, her dark eyes scanning the marble floors and crystal chandeliers. Priya, a college student working as a summer intern at a local law firm, squeezed her shoulder. "My boss gave me a guest pass for the art exhibition. You belong here as much as anyone." They wandered toward the gallery wing where local artists displayed their work. Maya's fingers itched to draw the elegant sculptures and paintings, to capture the play of light through the tall windows. But as they passed the club's boutique, a small luxury shop selling designer accessories and jewelry, a sharp voice cut through the air. "Excuse me. Excuse me." A woman in her 50s with severely styled platinum hair strode toward them, her heels clicking like gunshots. Her name tag read Vivian Ashford, boutique manager. Behind her, a younger associate with a tight smile followed closely. "Can I help you?" Vivian asked, though her tone suggested the opposite. "We're just heading to the art exhibition," Priya said calmly, showing her guest pass. Vivian's eyes narrowed as they fixed on Maya's tote bag. "I'm going to need to inspect that." Maya blinked. My bag. We've had issues with theft. Store policy." Vivian held out her hand expectantly. "We haven't even been near your store," Priya protested, her voice rising slightly. The associate stepped forward. "It's just a precaution. Unless there's a reason you're refusing." Heat flooded Maya's cheeks as other club members began to notice the commotion. An elderly couple whispered to each other. A group of tennis players paused their conversation to stare with trembling hands. Maya opened her bag, revealing only her art supplies and a water bottle. Vivian barely glanced inside. "And your pockets?" "This is ridiculous," Priya began. "It's okay," Maya whispered, fighting back tears. She turned out the pockets of her dress, showing they were empty except for a folded tissue. Vivian sniffed. "Well, I suppose you can go. But understand that we maintain certain standards here. This club has a reputation to uphold, and we can't have just anyone wandering through unsupervised." The words hung in the air like poison. Maya's throat tightened. She wanted to disappear, to melt into the pristine marble floor. "Let's go," Priya said firmly, guiding Maya away. But as they turned, Maya caught sight of a girl near her own age, blonde, wearing designer clothes, slipping a silk scarf into her oversized purse near the boutique entrance. Their eyes met briefly before the girl hurried away. Maya said nothing. They didn't make it to the exhibition. Priya suggested they leave, and Maya agreed, her earlier excitement completely extinguished. On the drive home, she stared out the window in silence. "I'm going to report them," Priya said, her hands tight on the steering wheel. That was profiling, plain and simple. "Don't." Maya's voice was small. "It'll just make things worse. Maya, please. I just want to forget it happened." That evening, Maya sat in her grandmother's small apartment, trying to lose herself in drawing. But the lines came out jagged and angry. Her grandmother, Lily Chen, found her surrounded by crumpled papers. "What's wrong, little bird?" Lily asked, settling beside her with a soft grunt. The story spilled out, the accusations, the humiliation, the stares. Lily listened with a still, focused intensity that Maya had always found comforting. "And you saw someone actually stealing?" Lily asked quietly. Maya nodded miserably. "But nobody stopped her. Nobody even looked at her twice." Lily was silent for a long moment, her weathered hands folded in her lap. Then she pulled out her phone, a surprisingly modern smartphone that seemed at odds with her simple surroundings, and made a call. "James. It's Lily Chen. I need information on the Riverside Country Club. Who owns it? Who manages the boutique?" A pause. "Yes, I'll hold." Maya watched, confused. Her grandmother had always been private about her past, working as a seamstress for as long as Maya could remember, living modestly, never discussing Maya's parents who had died when she was a baby. "I see. Thank you, James." Lily ended the call and smiled at Maya, a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. "I think it's time I told you some things about our family." The next week, Vivian Ashford received an unexpected email requesting a meeting with the club's ownership group. She'd been manager for 8 years and had never been asked to attend such a meeting. Anxiety gnawed at her as she prepared her quarterly reports and sales figures. The conference room was intimidating, all dark wood and leather chairs. 3 people sat at the far end of the long table: the club president, the head of the board, and an older Asian woman in an elegant navy suit whom Vivian didn't recognize. "Ms. Ashford," the club president began, "thank you for joining us. This is Mrs. Lillian Chen. Perhaps you recognize the name?" Vivian's mouth went dry. Chen Industries. The Chen Foundation. The Chen family owned half the commercial real estate in the city, including, she realized with dawning horror, the property on which the Riverside Country Club Saturday. They were the primary investors. "Mrs. Chen has brought a concern to our attention," the board head continued. "An incident involving her granddaughter last week." The blood drained from Vivian's face. Lily Chen spoke for the first time, her voice soft but carrying an unmistakable authority. "My granddaughter came here as a guest. She was publicly accused of theft, forced to empty her belongings and pockets, and humiliated in front of dozens of members. Would you like to explain your reasoning?" I was following store policy," Vivian stammered. "Show me this policy in writing." Silence. "There is no written policy requiring bag checks for everyone, is there, Ms. Ashford?" Lily's dark eyes were steady. "My granddaughter was targeted because of how she looked. Because she carried an old bag and wore a homemade dress. Because her skin is darker than yours. That's not, I would never. While you were harassing a child, an actual theft occurred. A blonde girl in expensive clothes. My security team reviewed the footage." Lily pushed a tablet across the table showing clear images of the incident Maya had witnessed. "You walked past her 3 times and never gave her a second glance." Vivian felt the room spinning. The club president cleared his throat. "Ms. Ashford, your employment is terminated effective immediately. We'll be implementing mandatory anti-discrimination training for all staff and reviewing our security protocols." "You can't do this," Vivian burst out, her composure finally shattering. "I've given 8 years to this club. I've increased boutique sales by 40%. You can," Lily said quietly, "and you did to a 12-year-old child who was guilty of nothing except not meeting your expectations of what belongs here." She stood, gathering her papers. "This club will be a place where everyone feels welcome, or it will lose the Chen family's investment and support. Those are the only 2 options." Maya sat in the same gallery she'd missed the week before, her sketchbook open on her lap. This time, her grandmother sat beside her, and several club members had stopped to admire her drawings and ask about her work. The new boutique manager, a kind-faced woman named Janet who'd introduced herself warmly, had even asked if Maya would be interested in displaying some artwork in the shop. "Grandma," Maya said softly, "why didn't you ever tell me?" Lily smiled, looking at the painting before them, a vibrant landscape full of bold colors. "Your grandfather and I started with nothing. We worked hard, we built something, but we never forgot where we came from. I didn't want you growing up defined by money or family name. I wanted you to know who you are without all that. But you could have stopped what happened before it even started. Perhaps. But then what would you have learned?" Lily turned to face her granddaughter. "Now you know what it feels like to be judged unfairly. You'll remember this. And maybe, when you're older and you have the power to change things, you'll remember to look beyond appearances. To stand up for those who are treated the way you were." Maya thought about this, her pencil hovering over a fresh page. "Is that why you came back? To teach them a lesson?" "I came back," Lily said gently, "because someone hurt my granddaughter. And because places like this need to understand that dignity isn't determined by clothing or bank accounts. Everyone deserves respect." An elderly couple approached, the same ones who'd whispered during the incident. The woman looked uncomfortable. "I wanted to apologize," she said to Maya. "I saw what happened last week, and I should have said something. I should have stood up for you. I'm sorry." Maya looked at her grandmother, then back at the woman. "Thank you for saying that." After they left, Maya began to sketch not the angry, jagged lines from before, but something new. She drew the gallery, the paintings, the people walking through. and in the corner, she drew a young girl with a sketchbook, surrounded by light. "What will you title it?" Lily asked. Maya smiled. "I think I'll call it Belonging." Her grandmother squeezed her hand. "Perfect."
Hello everyone. If you are enjoying this video and finding it helpful, don't forget to support our channel. Please subscribe to our channel, press the like button, and share this video with your friends and family. Also, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos. We regularly upload amazing, informative, and entertaining content just for you. Your support means a lot to us and motivates us to bring even better content in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and welcome to our growing community.